Hello guys, so today I'm going to do a recap video of another video I made last year comparing the Beats Studio 3 against the Sony 1000XM3s. And yeah, because I've had a few questions about these two headphones. I made a review last year and it was quite a big review. So just the recap and to answer people's questions. People are still asking me, what do you think about these two headphones? Which one would you recommend for me, and stuff like that. So yeah, let's summarize it now. But first of all, hope everyone is okay. Hope everyone is taking care of themselves during this time. And yeah, just you know, stay at home and all that. Hope you're all good. So first of all, let's go back to the Beats. Go back to the Sony XM3s. They are both circumaural headphones, which means they both go around your ear. The other thing which they share in common is they are both wireless and they both have noise cancellation. I think they both have very good battery life. But you know, other than that, you know, I mean, you can check my other video if you want to have a look at the unboxing and all the specific features. I think a lot of people don't care about that sort of stuff. The main thing people care about, I think, are these following 8 things. So first of all, the money that you spend is very, very important. Secondly, the design and the style of the headphones. Thirdly, what other devices that you have in your collection that would complement these headphones. The other thing would be the noise cancellation element, because why are you looking for these headphones? They're noise cancelling headphones. That's a major selling point. Comfort is another one. Point number 5 is comfort. 6 is sound quality, obviously. Very, very big influencer there. Number 7 would be, what do you use it for? Number 8 would be, what sort of music do you listen to? I think these are the main kind of things, right? So let's go through them now. Money. Today I've checked. Black Friday was yesterday, but the deals, there's still a lot of deals out there. 189 for the Beats, and I'm in UK, so I'm talking pounds sterling here, guys. If you guys in the US, just have a check what the price is there. But here, the Beats, they cost 189. The Sony cost 219. So there's a £30 difference. In dollars, that's probably about $45–50 or so. So yeah, the Sonys are a bit more expensive now in this country. Secondly, the design and the style. That's up to you. It all depends on what you want. Sometimes I think the Beats look better. Sometimes I think the Sonys look better. But overall, I would say it depends on your age group and it depends on what type of person are you. If you're kind of an out there, kind of cool dude sort of person, you know, if you're that sort of person, maybe you should go for the Beats, because a Beats headphone is a fashion accessory. It's not just a headphone. You know, Apple, why do you think Apple bought Beats in 2014? They bought it for that reason, because Apple is just, it's not a technology brand, it's a fashion brand as well. Sony is more of a serious brand. It's not really a fashion brand. Cameras, they make great cameras. They make powerful machines like the PS5, you know, but they're always trying to show off their hardware, why their hardware is so good. You know, and with the headphones category, Sony is known for professional music and cinema, you know, so that's their angle. So which category do you fit into? It doesn't mean just because a Sony looks like more of a professional headphone, it doesn't mean that it's going to be better. It just seems that way, okay? So design and style, I'll leave it up to you. The Beats, just to say though, has got way more color options. Way more color options. I think the Sony has like 3, I think, like a black, a gray, and a white. It might even be less, it might even be the black and the gray. I'm not sure. I think, end of the day, the Beats, you've got loads of options with the Beats. And I just got a pair yesterday. I've ordered it, it's coming in a few days' time. I'm going to start making some more Beats videos coming soon. But I've just got them in the new, what is it called? I need to check this, 1 minute. Right. So there's the black and red one that I've gone for. The Beats Studio 3 Defiant Black Red, I think is the color code. right? Last year I got the black, and it was like a brownie, sort of like a tan and black color. But I saw these black and red ones, the Defiant ones, and yeah, I thought they looked good. So yeah, that's the one I've gone for. Colors, you got tons with Beats, so that's another plus for the Beats. Now, the other thing is, what other devices do you have? If you are a heavy Apple user, you've got MacBook, you've got iPhone, you've got iMac, you've got Apple TV. You know, it might make sense just to go with the Apple product, with the Beats product, because it fits into the ecosystem, and I think there's like some unique features with the Beats when used with an iPhone. You know, so yeah, that is that. To be honest, it depends on what your devices you have. Obviously, Sony, you can use a Sony headphone with an iPhone, no problem. But if you're kind of into Apple and everything they do, then the Beats might just fit in better. The fourth one, this is a very important point. Noise cancellation. How much do you value it? Because if you look at my video from last year, I did a very kind of easy to understand noise cancellation test. I set my home theater system up loud. I think I set it to like 70 or 75 decibels, right? And that, the idea of that was to try and emulate what a plane cabin sounds like, because a lot of the reason why people buy noise cancelling headphones is because they're going to take it on a plane, and planes are noisy, and if you haven't got noise cancelling headphones, you're not going to be able to hear what you're trying to listen to on a plane, right? If you saw that video, you would clearly see that the Sonys were far better than the Beats at noise cancelling. The Beats noise cancelling, sometimes I had to kind of take them off and figure out, oh, are they on or are they off? Because you can turn the noise cancelling on and off. So yeah, the Beats, they weren't that great at noise cancelling. If you're really into your noise cancellation, probably go for the Sonys. But the thing I've heard with the Sonys is that the noise cancellation algorithm is so aggressive that some people find it gives them headaches and they feel kind of spaced out. There's kind of like a negative pressure effect sort of thing in your ear, and it can become quite uncomfortable. And when I tried these headphones, I could understand why. I didn't quite get the headaches and stuff, but I could understand why. It's very weird. It's kind of, it sounds like you're in outer space or something. It's a bit weird. Okay, so but don't forget, there's many other headphone brands out there that do noise cancelling. It's not just Beats and Sony. So yeah, if you fancy noise cancellation as a big point, go for the Sonys anyway. Don't go for the Beats. Fifth thing is comfort. Again, that's down to you. That's down to the shape of your head, and you know, loads of things. It's all down to you. Personally, I felt at the time, that the Sonys were, the ear cups were more plush and stuff, but that doesn't always guarantee a good listening session, because I think after a long time listening to the Sonys, I did have a little bit of ache around my ears. So yeah, I think the Beats weren't completely faultless either. I think the headband on the Beats was it was like sticking down on my head a little bit, and I didn't quite like that. But again, I've got a different shaped head to you, so that's another thing to consider. Now the sixth thing is sound quality. This is going to be a very important thing for a lot of people. Now, sound quality can be broken down into many different categories, right? But your three main categories are treble, mid-range and bass. How well does the headphone reproduce those signals? And I've to be honest with you, I've seen other people review the headphone. I think I've only seen one or two other videos, but one of them was Linus Tech Tips. If anyone's come across the channel, you know, probably the biggest channel in tech. But when I saw that review last year, it was the Sonys versus the Bose versus the Beats. And there's one bit of the review that bugged me a little bit. He said that the Beats have no bass. Now that's not true. I'm just telling you guys, that's not true. The Beats have got bass. The Beats have got bass whenever you need it. It's got the bass. If anything, the Sonys are too much bass. Yeah. So you have to think about this in terms of, like, obviously your taste is one thing, but if you're looking for a more natural reproduction of sound, the Sonys are over bass. It's just guaranteed. I'm guaranteeing you the Sonys are over bass. On the sub bass specifically, it sounds like there's a subwoofer that's been turned up. So you know, it depends. If you like it to sound like that, then that's fine. But for me, like sometimes you put it on 5-10 minutes, yeah, it's fun. But if you're going to do a long listening session, it gets really boring after a while. You know, for me, I think it's always best to go for the natural sound. The natural sound, even with cameras, the natural camera look, the natural image. Don't go for things that have tuned the contrast up or tuned the bass up or anything like that. To me, the Sonys had that dial was up a little bit, so the bass was a little bit up. The trebles were very sparkly as well, and that gives you the illusion of, oh, it's a hi-fi headphone. Trust me, guys, it's not a it's not a hi-fi headphone. Yeah, this is a pair of hi-fi headphones. Yeah, this is more of a real headphone. This is the AKG K712s, made in Austria, reference headphones. This is more of like a real headphone, guys. Okay, and the Sony sound more bassy than that, right? So that's my point. You want something to sound like it should sound. Now, not saying that the Beats sounds perfect. By far, you know, it's far from it. It's not perfect, the Beats. But for me, the Beats was more relaxing, right? You listen to music, you can change genres, and it's not going to offend you, yeah? It's not going to be too much of this or too little of that. It's kind of got the balance, the Beats. Where the Beats falls short, right? And this is where the Sony beats the Beats, right? Where the Beats falls short is the resolution. That's it. It's the resolution and the sound stage. The Beats could do with being a bit more detailed. It sounds a bit like the music is like in a box. It's got that sort of lo-fi sound to it. It's not bad, right? But at the price that they were last year, over 200 quid, I think they were too much. At that sort of price point, you want a headphone that is actually going to give you some detail. You know what you're paying for. But now, I mean, I bought them yesterday for 149, so they've gone up 30 today, but I'm sure they'll be back. I bought them for 149. Now that is more of a kind of tasty price, I would say, if you're looking for Beats, because you get a wireless headphone, you get noise cancellation, you get good battery life, you get modern Bluetooth standards, you know. So yeah, if that's what you're looking for at that sort of price, I would forgive the resolution of the headphone. The Sony is going to be better for the resolution. The soundstage is going to be bigger. Soundstage, if you don't know what soundstage means, it basically means if you close your eyes and you were to imagine, let's say you're listening to a concert, you were to imagine what's happening in front of you, how big does the sound sound? Does it sound wide and tall? That's the soundstage. The Beat sounds a little bit like this. The Beat sounds more like the sound is inside your head and it's not outside. The Sonys don't sound like it's outside, no headphone does, but it sounds a bit better than the Beats. The imaging on the Sonys. Imaging means, if you think about a stereo image, left and right, you've got the soundstage. The imaging is, can you locate where the different instruments are coming from? The Sony's imaging is better than the Beats. So this is why you think, when you listen to the Sonys immediately, you think that's the better headphone. And in a lot of cases it is. But it all comes down to you. It comes down to what you like, what your priorities are with sound quality. If the sound quality is good enough, there's other things that you should consider. Like how relaxing is the headphone? You know, there's no point in having all this great sound, but then you got to take it off after 10 minutes because you had enough, it's burning your ears, you know. The headphones, that can get really annoying to listen to. If you listen to it long enough, you take your headphones off, your ears are ringing, and you get a bit upset about it. The Beats are more relaxing to listen to. So that's another thing. So yeah, I mean, the best thing to do is always to listen to the headphones yourself. So yeah, another thing I would say about the Beats, if I remember correctly, you can't use a wire between another device and the Beats. So you see like this headphone, everyone remember headphones and wires? Everyone remember headphones and wires? You can't plug wires into Beats, I don't think. So that's a bit of an annoying thing. When your battery runs out, what are you gonna do? You have to charge it for 5 minutes. Yeah, but fair enough, you can charge it 5-10 minutes. But what about if you wanna, the thing is with a headphone, right? When it's wired, you can use a separate amplifier. If you're into your audio, you might have like a little amplifier, like even like that big. And that can give you acoustic gains. So you might have your Beats, but when you plug it into an amplifier, it will sound Beats, but better. It will sound a better version of that Beats headphone. You understand? So yeah, that's another thing I'm gonna say. That's a kind of a no-no for the Beats. Just give people the headphone jack Apple. You know, I know you're trying to sell people accessories, but it's a pair of headphones. Just give people the option to plug in a 3.5mm. You know, it's not a big problem, is it? So that's that. Number 7, what do you use it for? Okay, I've had some people ask me, oh, I need it for basketball, or I need it, I'm going on the bus, or something like that. If you need it on the bus, that tells me you're going to need the noise cancellation. It's going to be more important to you. If you use it for sports, then I would, to be honest with you, you need to think about the durability of the headphone. Now, I'm not saying the Beats were indestructible, but to me, it seemed like the Sonys, you should take care of those Sonys a little bit more than the Beats. Like, even the pads, they were like very soft, but you could rip them. I could just see, they could easily get ripped. And the mechanism's just very like, you've got to be very careful with those headphones. I think they're made well, build quality is good, but you can tell they're not designed to be thrown against the wall. You know, it's not that sort of headphone. I think the Beats, you could probably get away with it. I've not done a drop test, so I don't know, but my impression is that the Beats, because they feel a bit more like clunky and thick, like plasticky, if you drop them, I think they will survive. So yeah, it depends what you're using it for. So if you say sports, I'd say don't get the Sonys. That's more for when you want to really listen to the music, or if you're going to look after it and you're going to put it in its case. If you're on the bus, go for the Sonys. If you're playing basketball, probably go for the Beats. Finally, what type of music do you listen to? Very important. If you listen to a lot of acoustic music, right? Acoustic music, meaning live concerts, meaning music that has been recorded, but it has had very minimal, like, interference by the producer. The producer is literally, their job is to record the sounds, mix it, but not add anything and take anything away. Not adding any synthesized bass or any weird reverb or anything like that. If you're listening to acoustic music, I would probably say you want to go with the Sony because it's able to resolve more detail. So it's more of the hi-fi experience. If you want to listen to music that's been heavily produced, bass has been added, you know, like hip hop music or like electronic music, you could use the Sonys and you could use the Beats. They'd both be okay for that. The Sonys might sound more bassy. Do you want it to sound bassy? If you want it to sound bassy, just know it is over bass. If you like it, then that's what you like. Everyone likes different food, everyone likes different films. Why can't everyone like different headphones? If you like that, then you like it, that's fine. You can always use an EQ, and you can EQ down the bass if you ever get bored of it and you want it to sound more natural. You can always do that. That's fine. You know, you're not in a, you know, it doesn't matter. EQing, hi-fi people care a lot about EQing. You shouldn't really touch the signal and all that. But are you a hi-fi person or you're not? If you just want a good set of headphones, EQ the bass down. It will sound better than when you put it up. EQ the treble down. It will sound better. Get it to sound how you want it to sound like. So yeah, if you're a hi-fi person, you shouldn't really be in this market anyway. You should be going for something more like this, shouldn't you? So it's not aimed at that. It's that market. It's aimed at people who want the good sound, and maybe some people want an exciting sound. If you want the exciting sound, like you're on methamphetamine or something, go for the Sonys. If you want the type of sound like you're on a downer, like a marijuana, or why am I saying this? That sort of sound, go for the Beats. It's more relaxing. So yeah, hope you took something out of the video. I hope this has helped you make your decision. Of course, if you can ask questions still, that's fine. No problem, I'll answer you. If I find that the question you ask is very different to what I've covered in this video, I might make another video to answer your question. So yeah, hope you got some value out of it, and I'll see you next time. Any updates, I'll put them in the comments below. Thanks for watching the video. Did you like it? If you did, then please give us a like. Subscribe if you want to see more content. I'll see you next time.